all you got to do is
I get the distinct pleasure at the end here of introducing another person who didn't get to choose to live with the illness that she was faced with, but certainly you can see the choices she's made to make a difference with that experience. That's Taylor Wheatley, our ambassador.
Thank you, Jen. So, just so you know, I participated in Tour for Kids Alberta this year. Bought my bike in March, as some of you just decided to do this, and I think you guys are absolutely amazing. And I just wanted to share my story with you. So what I'm about to share with you guys has impacted over 13, oh thank you, because this is going to blow away, 1,300 Canadian families each year. Cancer is a great equalizer. It doesn't discriminate. It chooses the athletic, it chooses the smart, it chooses the rich and the poor. Really, it chooses whoever it wants. And when I was 5, cancer chose me. In June of 1995, I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, cancer of the blood. I remember feeling really sick, as though I had the really bad flu, and even as I started losing my hair, I never really realized what the outcome could have been. And as my brother Cody, who's special needs, used to say, "She's just sick, she'll be better soon." Sick meant being in the hospital. My family and I spent months at the hospital, and it became my playground. It's where I met some of my closest friends, doctors and nurses included. Many of my friends outside the hospital thought that cancer was contagious, and so they thought they couldn't be around me. And I remember the night before I was diagnosed, I was at my friend's house and I wasn't feeling well, so I slept in her bed. And when she found out I had this thing called cancer, she was afraid to sleep in her bed because she thought she was going to lose her hair too. It was definitely hardest on my family and their closest friends. My mom said it was like an information overload. They felt as though they were drowning information and they couldn't do anything to help. With the help of my doctors and nurses, my cancer nightmare was made much less frightening. I grew up fast because of my experience with hospital, doctors, and the loss of good friends. During the time I spent on Q Cluster at the Alberta Children's Hospital, I had many roommates. Sadly, many of them passed away. I felt my first real loss after attending cancer camp in 1996. Heather and I had been roommates when we were first diagnosed. We were much alike, tomboys I guess you could say. Puddle jumping and the ropes course at camp were our favorite things. But the following summer when I went back, she wasn't there. When I got home that week, my mom told me she had passed away. Hearing that at age 6 made a real impact on me. I knew she was never coming back, and I knew we would never get to spend time together again. Cancer changed my life. I wasn't able to go to regular school with my friends. The year that I was diagnosed, I was to start grade 1 in the public system, but was instead enrolled at a private school because there was less germs and less chance of catching an infection. But in grade 3, after 2.5 years or 29 months and 242 needles, my long journey had ended, and I moved into the big school with all my friends. But because I had missed so much school due to the treatments and in and out of hospitals, my parents made the decision to hold me back a year. So what, it wasn't that bad in the end. But by grade 5, I had been in remission for 4 years. Cancer was far from my mind. I never imagined that my family would experience it again. It was December 13th, 2001. My mom was booked for surgery, but I didn't know why. I came home from school and my dad was waiting for me. He told me that my mom had cancer. I felt like I was in some other reality. I was thinking, why us? Why my family again? I watched my mom go through everything I did, the chemo, the hair loss, and the really bad days. But my mom was so strong and she didn't give up, and I thank her for that. Because without my life wouldn't be the same without my best confidant, my best friend, and she's standing right over there. If there's one good thing that's come of being sick, it's Kids Cancer Care Foundation of Alberta. They opened that door to meeting new people. If not for camp, I never would have met the same people I did, and I never would have had the same experiences that I have. Now picture this. You pack a huge bag of everything you might need, from shorts to winter jacket. Why? Because mom's worried about you. Then you and your siblings board a bus and head to the most amazing camp in the world. There's trees, fresh air, and best of all, there are kids like you. You sleep on bunk beds, stay up all night and talk with cute boys, and in the morning you sit with your team for breakfast. And when that day is over, you head to bed and do it all over again the next day. When that week comes to an end, you've made a bunch of new friends and you've had the best time of your life, hands down. And for that entire week, you forgot that you ever had cancer. I think that's pretty sweet. Camp is the one place where we are all equal. No one judges you because you're that girl who's bald, or because you have a slight limp due to surgery, or because you're missing a leg. Camp is a magical place, and it's really a place you have to experience to understand. The most important thing I've taken from my cancer experience is realizing how much we take our lives for granted. Really, who chooses cancer? It could choose you tomorrow. You could wake up with a lump, or you could find out that the kid next door has cancer, or worse, your own child. In Alberta, every year, more than 100 children are diagnosed with this disease, and thousands of more are living with its after effects. Cancer kills more children than any other disease. 2 out of 10 children who are diagnosed will lose the battle. As my oncologist told my parents, Taylor has a 60% chance of beating leukemia. But really, there is no 60%. It's either 0 or 100. You either make it or you don't. If you'd asked me when I was 6 what I wanted to be when I grew up, I would have given the same answer as now, a pediatric oncology nurse. Nurses were definitely some of my best friends when I was in the hospital. They would read a book when tucking me into bed. I love working with kids, and I want to have a meaningful impact on their lives, especially when they're going through something as rough as cancer. And that's my hope for the future, to turn bad days into good days for kids with cancer. And I'm well on my way because I'm in my 2nd year of nursing at Mount Royal University, and I absolutely love it. And I just have a poem I want to read to the riders. It's more or less for you guys. Not a poem, I guess it's a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. It's about success. To laugh often and love much, to win the respect of intelligent persons and the affection of children, to earn the approbation of honest critics, and to endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty and to find beauty in others, to give of oneself and to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, to have played and laughed with enthusiasm, and to have sung with exultation, to know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. That is to have succeeded. So thank you very much. You guys are absolutely amazing, and have a wonderful another 12 or 13 days.
Yeah, let's make those applauses a bit louder. Come on. Taylor, on behalf of the Coast to Coast Against Cancer Foundation and the Sears National Kids Cancer Ride, we'd like to present you with this plaque and this signed jersey from all these national riders here for all you do for the cause of children living with and beyond cancer. Great job, honey. Thank you. Round 3. We'll be back next year for round 4, and it looks like they brought out the sunshine too. There's nothing like seeing all those smiling, tired faces. On behalf of all of us, this is for you. Thank you for your hospitality, your contributions, and your dedication to the cause. Thank you all very much.
T1, Day 3. It's not about me, it's all